So it is Tuesday night. Already had dinner. Nothing special. Nothing worth mentioning. I don't typically like to have much on a school night, as I call it. Sort of was in the mood today. Didn't really know what to open, so I just went with an Old Faithful here. 2003, 22-year-old Riesling Spot Lesa, but this thing is a whole bunch of so dry. Now, I've had so many of these, at least 24, at least 2 cases. And I'm on to the last 6 or 7. And I would have opened one of these instead tonight, but I didn't open this. And then I wasn't going to do a video because I've had this one so many times, but this is what came out. And this is, bar none, the most, what's the word I want to use, developed white wine I've ever had. This is beyond fully developed. This is probably beyond where you want a white wine to be. This is basically amber bordering brown. It is dark. The cork was fine. I actually had a bottle of these recently where the cork was terrible and the wine was fine, kind of apple juicy actually. This one, now it's super cold, and this does have absolutely bruised apple aroma. Applesauce, 100%. Like there's this heavy apple aroma. There's like a pumpkin aroma. There's a cinnamon spice, cardamom. God, this smells like fall, autumn. Looks like fall and autumn. It's very bizarre. It's got nuttiness too. It's like hazelnuts. God, it is a very, 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 very dark one. I wish it was a little warmer. I wanted to show more, but the aroma is crazy. There's even a little bit of a marmalade aroma. Gosh, this thing is intense. Intense. It's absolutely developed. I absolutely love it. It's absolutely not for everybody, but everything I just said on the nose is pretty much there. The apple is so prominent on the palate. Dry. Marzipan, which I get a lot in an aged wine, which is that nuttiness. I did a very heavy pour. My swirling is pretty terrible. I'm gonna let this warm a little more, but I love this, but definitely the most preserved, developed. It's crazy, outrageous. I think most people would just throw this away and say it's bad, but to me, this is like so enjoyable. It is a bit developed. Now, looking at this color, looking at this wine, and then I was down there and I saw this, and I've had it for a while now, and I don't drink a lot of Madeira. Actually, I barely drink any Madeira. And the Madeiras I've had, ironically, an oxidized wine on purpose. It's a wine that could be beat to hell, could last forever. They say some of the oldest wines in the world that you can actually still drink are Madeira because of the way they're made, or they're left out in the sun. They're just wines that are super oxidized on purpose to taste a certain way. Now this, and all those kind of have a sweetish taste. A fig, date, walnut. There's just very much like that. And sweet and nutty. And they're good. There's nothing wrong with them. I don't love them, but I don't dislike them. I kind of prefer port. I don't drink that much port either. But I kind of prefer, if I'm going to have a sweet one, I kind of want a acidic white with a little bit of age, shocker, Sauterne, ice wine, something along those lines. Now this is Cercial. This is a 10-year-old. A lot of the Madeiras are aged. The more they age, I don't know a ton about this one. I wanted to buy one that's dry. So the moral of the story is I wanted to buy one that's dry here. Oh, $55 for this, so not cheap. And I'm pretty sure the percentage of alcohol is, this is 20%. So this is fortified wine. So this actually, after you open, it's not a standard cork, so it kind of opens like a liquor bottle to be recorked. And ironically, this color is just, is darker than this, but so similar, it's crazy. So this smells like molasses. Oh, so much like molasses. And buckwheat honey. So buckwheat honey is this darker, richer honey that I've had. There's a few other aromas. It's very aromatic. It smells like baklava, the Greek phyllo dough, honey, walnut dessert that I don't even really like. I can't even eat it because of phyllo dough. It smells like it's going to be sweet. This does not smell like it's going to be dry. The whole point of this was, can I find a Madeira, aged a bit, 10 years, that is going to taste dry? And I guess it's oxidized, so I guess this makes sense. I guess I don't know what I expected the color to be. So maybe it's exactly doing what it's supposed to do. I don't know if you're supposed to serve it chilled or not. I don't know a ton about Madeira. That's really good. That's interesting. So, wow, that's different. Slightly medicinal, slight. All the other flavors are there. It's like a funk to it. I guess it's like that oxidation. There's like a funkiness to the wine. I like this. This is not, it's a touch sweet. It's not sugary, it's not syrupy sweet. It's not insanely sweet. But it's a touch sweet, but all the other flavors, these nuts and dates, it's all there still. But this is pretty good. I could definitely drink some of this with definitely some desserts, but if the wine is not as sweet as the dessert, the wine tastes bitter, so that's terrible. So you want your sweet wine to be sweeter than your dessert, otherwise the wine tastes terrible. Or just don't even pair them. There's one aftertaste. Strong, it's like a tea. Like tea. Like a black tea. So it's that astringency of a black tea that's here a little bit. No tannin. There's no tannin here. Makes your tongue tingle in a weird way. Like acidity makes your tongue, the sides of your mouth water. This has got this tingling feeling. That's what it's got, like a tingle. What's that one pepper, Szechuan pepper, and you put it in your mouth, it makes your mouth numb. This almost feels like it wants to make my tongue numb, but it doesn't. It's very interesting. I actually enjoy this. I will finish this bottle, without a doubt. This is not something I would get rid of or anything. All those sherries I've tried, I still have those 3 sherries I'm going to try. That'll be the last, it's going to be the last time with sherry. If those aren't good, swear off sherry. The dry sherries. There is a sweet sherry that's actually pretty good. Pedro Jimenez. But it's serious, black and like syrupy sweet. It's absolutely made for dessert or pancakes. This is good. It's not super dry, but it's not super sweet. I don't know if this was characteristically Surseal or not. I just don't know. I don't know enough. Ironically, I did study Madeira when I took my wine classes, and it was the last year Madeira was going to be on the material to study for. And wouldn't you know it, they actually put it in as our essay open answer question. Madeira and the 2 methods of how it's made. One was called a stufa. Still blank on the other one. The other method. One was like leaving out in the sun, and one's putting it in like a hot room or a hot house. Because they are trying to oxidize the wine on purpose and really like heat it up. So it's an impenetrable wine. This wine could last forever. I think in the fridge, this thing's going to last as long as I want. I think now that it's open, it's probably got some shelf life, but it's probably months. Probably. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. I like it. I don't know what I would pair it with. That's where I'm struggling here. A semi-sweet dessert of sorts. Fruit. This would go good with fruit. Fruit doesn't really have the greatest wine pairing. This could go with that. If you're looking for a wine and fruit pairing, but say with some type of bread made of dates or figs or something, maybe. I don't know. I think I could just have a little bit of this after dinner and actually enjoy it, and not it being a sickeningly sweet drink, but it has a little bit of alcoholic oomph. Take that little edge off. It is 20%, so it's like port. So I don't really, when I have port after dinner, I just have it on its own, and it's just a nice little digestif. This is a very nice digestif, without a doubt. So on that level of where port would be, just less sweet and more nutty, more oxidized, different flavors. It's a little cognac-esque. If you told me what liquor this most resembles, it's cognac. So cognac is distilled grapes, which is brandy. And if you make it in the cognac region of France, it's called cognac. Make it in the Armagnac region of France, it's called Armagnac. If you make it anywhere else in the world, it's called brandy. Other areas of the world probably have their own names for brandy, but cognac and Armagnac being the two most famous. Armagnac actually predates cognac. Cognac's the more famous. I actually have a Armagnac, a Basso Armagnac from 1976, my birth year. But for a short video, we're already at 12 minutes here. So very interesting stuff, and it does resemble cognac a little bit. Very interesting, very cool. So back to, this is going to taste a little off now, I wonder. Actually, this smells like, just got a very minerally, irony minerally smell. It hasn't quite ruined my palate. This is good. Overdeveloped, but good. I could absolutely drink that. Wouldn't recommend it. I do recommend the Madeira for a change of pace, for a nuttier version of a port, and to just drink at the end of dinner as a digestif. So cool stuff. Madeira is probably the wine that the Declaration of Independence was, they probably toasted to Madeira back then. That was a very popular wine in those years. Madeira was huge. It was that sweeter wines actually were much more prevalent and popular in the early years of wine than the dry style, which became more popular. I forget what year, let's say 70s is probably when it started or so, and I could be wrong about that, but around there. All right. Only did the video because of how developed this white wine was, and it's the most developed white wine I've ever had in my life, plus an opportunity to open up this Madeira. Glad I did, and have a good night.